It was Toys for Tots train weekend, but before the Toys for Tots train could come through, it was time for the freight trains to get through first. Up first was NS11R with an SD60, an ES44AC, and AC44C6M for power. '11R is south out of Ayer, Massachusetts and bound for Binghamton, New York. Today he's mostly manifest and he's got some racks too. You'll see '11R quite a bit in this video, as this was the train I just so happened to catch the most that week. Speaking of the '11R, the next train to come south was '11R, as far as the ones I've seen. But interestingly about this '11R is that it would have a rebuilt SD70 ACC for power as the leader, as the SD60 was second of 4 in the consist. There was obviously an extra engine here. The trailing 2 units are AC44C6M, 4020, and 7519 and ES44DC. And did you see that news Channel 34 car pass by? Well, the Bainbridge Guilford Bobcats were facing GMU in the varsity basketball game just up the road at the BG High School. Tonight's NS11R was all trash and all racks with no manifest blocks in between. However, it looks like it's intermodal containers. While the trash dumpsters they used on this train are former intermodal containers, but their roofs have been ripped open. So, now they've been converted to garbage containers for easier dumping. They usually have straps on the top of them to cover the trash from blowing out. Tonight's train also had a Grand Trunk auto rack, this interesting Kansas City Southern / Gaddix auto rack, and a few other old auto racks in between, like Southern Pacific and Conrail. Oh yeah. 30 minutes following behind the '11R was actually 30T. 30T had another SD70 ACC for its leader. This one was number 1827, with an AC44C6M and an ES44DC trailing. 30T is out of Montreal, Quebec, Canada, and it's bound for Binghamton, New York. One of its biggest commodities is paper and wood products. The wood is used in the housing industry, and the paper, well, does that really need to be explained? So to all my fellow students in school, your paper or your future homework probably came on this train. One thing I've tended to notice about 30T as of late is that it looks like CN has had a new order of boxcars come in, as there's been a lot of shiny Canadian National boxcars on these 30Ts and 31Ts. Now, the next train was 16R. At first, it looked like an ordinary 16R. But tonight's 16R had 5 units. The last 2 are kind of special. The last 2 units in the consist is Norfolk Southern's SD60Es 7034 and 7035. Why are these 2 SD60Es special? These SD60Es haul the office car special train around the country for the railroad executives on Norfolk Southern. They are on their way north to meet up with Amtrak 108 and other private cars to run the Toys for Tots special. The train has made its return after 5 years, and these 2 locomotives right here would lead the train all the way, and 7035 has been decorated with flags on its side and on the front. When 7034 and 7035 started their careers, they were just like the rest of the SD60 batches. They were designed to haul freight with new crescent cabs and a longer lifespan of 15 years. However, in 2021 they received some work. These SD60s have been re-geared for passenger trains and have been re-geared to reach passenger train speeds of 79 miles per hour. The higher horsepower too. These 2 SD60Es are the first SD60Es to be in the 7000 series since Norfolk Southern SD60Es 7022 and 7019 in 2020 to come up on the D&H. Yes, it's been 3 years. All the rest of the 60s that usually run through here are all in the 6900 series. And unlike the rest of the SD60E fleet, those 2 units are kept incredibly shiny. You'll be seeing more of those trailing 2 SD60Es in the next video. Stay tuned. The next night was another 16R, with no special units this time, with SD60, 6957, ET44AC, 3617, and ES44AC, 8023. Later that night, 30T came south with 5 engines. .30T would be making a stop in Afton to work McDowell and Walker. And speaking of stop, it's time to stop the video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you around the bend. God bless. We'll see you for the Toys for Tots special.